I'm going to be a preacher to the whole world.
Go and preach love.
I want to expand the family of God.
I'm going to develop youth in their God-given talent.
We can make a difference. We can make a difference.
This is my future.
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 And on May 12, 2008, there was a dramatic earthquake which rocked that part of China. It was over 8 on the Richter scale, and many people were killed, many people were injured, and our heart was touched. We happened to be in the city very close to the proximity of the epicenter, and we actually felt the building shake for almost 4 minutes that we were in, and big cracks were in the walls. And then the great pressure on that city and other cities around that as the relief people came in, the medical teams, the international teams. And with all of this interest, people again poured relief into China, poured medical help into China. And actually they received it. They were open to it. Again, it's a bridge that's been opened up through this quite serious earthquake. It opened a bridge. And after that, for the next 2 months, we were working in hospitals, and we saw many people receive Jesus Christ. We saw people in an ICU that were dying receive Jesus Christ. And we went into the rural villages and gave tents and food and etc. Many times they would be crushed by this event. They had people lose their arms, lose their limbs, people die. But underneath the tragedy, we saw a root of interest in God. And we want to know more about God because we see this life can be taken from us at any time.
One day we were in the outside of this hospital's ICU because every 4 o'clock they are open an ICU for half an hour for the relatives to go in there to visit them. So we were standing out there. There are some kids' parents were there, broken-hearted and lost hope and waiting for their timing to go in there. So we stood out there, we started to share gospel to them. We had about 20 people come to listen to the gospel. And after we led them to the Lord, and one guy told us, he said, do you mind to go inside with me to pray for my daughter? So we said, we don't mind at all. So he told the nurse, he said, these are my family. And we need to go inside together. So the nurse let us go. And we went in there. He led us into one room. There was his daughter, lost one arm, and there is another boy, lost a leg. Later he lost another leg. And we prayed for both of them. Then the nurse said, there are 2 more in the other room, more severe, and they are same age, and why don't you guys go over there to pray for them? So we walked towards the other room. It's a big room. You have to stand behind the glass. And we prayed for those 2 people. And one girl was very severe. She lost 1 leg and 1 arm. And the doctor told her parents several times she's gonna die. And we led the father to the Lord, and we helped him to go through several scriptures and told him to believe and just keep believing in those promises God has for us. So he just kept praying for his daughter. And he also would give him an MP3, has some Christian music in there. He just kept playing those to cheer his daughter up. And that night, one night, the doctor told him, your daughter is gonna die. So he said, can I go inside to see her the last time? So they said, sure you can. So he walked in, and he played the music and her ears again and again, and he just kept believing. He just said, I just knew God would just revive her. And that night, she just went to sleep, and the next morning, she came back. She didn't die, and she was alive. The next day, we went to visit her, and she saw us, and she asked the nurse, she said, are they Christians? And we said yes. And she was so weak, the nurse had to talk louder for her. The nurse had to put her ear really close to her mouth to hear her, then come to the window to talk to us. So she said, am I a Christian? I said, you can if you want. She said, yes, I do want. So we led her to the Lord through the nurse.
And this would happen day after day when we go to ICU. There'd be people pulling at us. And the power of Jesus in our presence is they were looking for answers. They were looking for something to bring their children back from death's door. And we believe that we have to position ourselves sometimes, even in hard situations, for the opportunity of the Lord to use our life.
After the earthquake, a lot of churches started to send their volunteers, the Christians, to go to hospitals or go to the earthquake area, very severe area, to live in the tents or the board houses with those victims and to share gospel to them, to start church there. And we have 3 churches we're working with. They all send their people there. Some are leaders. They go there frequently, like every month, once or twice, to go there to share gospel to them. One man, he's crippled. He couldn't walk. He was a millionaire. He owned a supermarket before the earthquake. During the earthquake, the house was collapsed, and the people came in and took all the goods out, and he lost everything. So when they gave him the things with the Bible, and he opened the bag and he saw the Bible, he took the Bible, and he gave them the things back. He said, this, he held the Bible, he said, this is what I want.
When you partner with this ministry, you equip us to plant churches in Asian nations like Thailand. Our aggressive church planting strategy is making a difference in individual lives. Through your gift, you bring the truth of the gospel to people who are desperate for real answers. Through our churches, we train and develop individuals to become doers of the Great Commission. Call us today and help us plant churches in Thailand.
I want to lead people. I want to build.
I want to expand
God's family. Build the church.
family of God.
I want to save souls from going to hell.
This is my future.
My future.
My future.
This is my future.
We can make a difference.
Can make a
We can make the difference.
We can make a difference.
Can make a difference. We can make a difference.
You know, one of the reasons we put so much work into this magazine is because we know there's so many people out there that want to get connected, want to do something, want to play a role in the Great Commission. With CONTINUUM magazine, you can get a feeling of what it's like to be on the mission field. First-hand accounts from people that are living in extraordinary situations, absolutely changing the way missions are done in Asia.